Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to a brand new video. I'm going to be in this video talking about the animations, abilities and mini game, brand new tech that Kabam have put in for Spider-Punk. You're seeing footage right now on screen of Spider-Punk in action, and of course the SP2, which is now playing. You can see there's 3 bursts of what seems to be some kind of like chords being played on a guitar. This new tech is actually coming into game with this champion. It's incredibly exciting. I don't know if anybody else watched the live stream. Of course, we did a recap video on the channel, so you should have seen that. Spider-Punk is a very interesting champion because it adds in new tech and new ways to play. Of course, from the core elements of this champion, he's got that kind of like evade element to him. He's got the crowd building part of the ability, which you can see top left-hand corner. He's building his crowd. His audience numbers are kind of going up in number, and it is like a fantastic thing. But more so fantastic when you do the SP2, which you can see on screen right now, some instructions. Now we're going to play that again. So at this very moment in time, we've got the SP2 launched. Firstly, there is a throw of the guitar. Then this is all about playing on screen. The same way that you'd swipe down, which you can see right there, swiping down does action 1, and you can get the prompters. And then swiping up, which you can see, you've got to like time it there, and then there'll be a final swipe up. Now it may be a case, it may be down, up, or there may be a different type of swipe dynamic to it. Now it has been a little while since Kabam entered something like this, and do bear in mind they do put stuff like this in from time to time. There's a thing with Hawkeye, there's a few other champions as well. Of course, boss fights, similar thing, but having something where, you know, you've got your kind of device and you've got like a mini game with it. Actually, Howard the Duck is another one, but there's a few others as well. But having something where you kind of like do something where you got to go swipe up, and then down, up, like down like that. Or maybe it's you on the champion in that particular moment when you throw the special attack. When you throw it, you've got to do that on your side where you kind of like click and it's swipe up, up, down, up, something like that, or down, up, something like that as well. It just adds a bit more kind of flavor to the game. Kabam have said that they're going to be adding in some kind of like new tech in the future with an upcoming champion. So maybe it's just Kabam challenging themselves a bit more to do something rather than going read a million things in the ability screen. But instead, you can do something within the actual fight itself that activate something, so that could be really positive. So when activating the special attack, let's see what it does to the enemy. In this particular fight with Spider-Punk versus Nova, it's interesting to kind of go over what the damage is doing here. So the champion starts off with the first kind of like special attack kind of crit, but from 46%. Then you've got all these kind of ruptures, you've got another rupture being placed down to 44% health. Then from the different swipes of the what seems to be sound blast, there's 14k there, damage done, another 14k. So there's a good chunk of damage that can be done, as well as extended rupture damage as well. This is really exciting from what this special new tech and special attack can kind of like put out. So it was really cool to see this. And as I said, I think this is just amazing that Kabam are doing a champion like this. I'm still undecided on the character itself, but what I'm really excited about is the tech behind it. And of course the nod, if you watch Spider-Verse, and I can't complain too much about the character because I'm still a bit kind of weirded out with referring to Spunk being in game, but the idea around the character, the visual inspiration they've taken from the Spider-Verse movies, or into the Spider-Verse movies, and all the other things around it is just really positive. Of course, the biggest thing for me is how to activate this. If you played Guitar Hero, if you played guitar, then it's going to be about how the game and the strumming is very important. Do a good strum with Spunk. That sounds really weird and wrong. But yeah, the prompters seem to be something of a timing thing based on more Guitar Hero orientated. As soon as that SP2 is activated, you'll see in the top left hand corner, boom, right there. And let's get the arrow on it just to kind of like break this down. You've got like a timing thing, so you can see there where the arrow is, right? As soon as the point in time is you've done the first kind of hit, which sends the enemy into a daze, you'll then have this kind of countdown, and I think it's like countdown, swipe down, and then it's countdown, swipe up. And it's kind of like swipe up. So it's like timers, and then it's like you just got to get your timing right with it. I don't know if it's like timing within the window, like as soon as these become visible, then swipe, or is it going to be a case in that time frame, like when that kind of counts down? I think these are treated as countdown to swipe rather than being, you know, just swipe in that immediate section. I think you've got to swipe whilst that's there. But still, like, I think this is better than a lot of other tech that Kabam have had in the past, where, you know, you've got to, you know, time it. It's a case of, and see something visually. This is a prompter, where I don't think a lot of the time with previous stuff, prompts, this is very much like Guitar Hero. Like, it's coming towards you, click the button kind of thing. I think this is going to be 10 times better, and is actually going to be enjoyable. I'm really looking forward to this champion, and I'm trying to make sure that I do a video on it when we've got it in the CTP, just to kind of have a go, because I'm excited about new tech innovation. But also, you know, as I'm getting older, as a lot of people are, like, you want to be able to like be prompted for stuff and see it there, the same way that I like the Grandmaster fight because it prompts you. I'm just thinking of other options. Yeah, the Act 8.1.6, 8.3.6. The prompters. I like being prompted for things, or seeing something visually that I know what I'm doing, because a lot of the time with things in game you have to rely on understanding abilities, so it's a bit of a read fest. I'm also trying to remember what is when things go wrong and what things go right with if you do not get the sequence locked in, and I think it's on the color scheming. So when you see the SP2, which should be coming up there, there's a point in time where your spider punk goes like dark, and it's like when it hasn't worked or something, it hasn't worked to its maximum you know, elements. But you know, that's something you'll kind of find, you learn the hard way when you haven't made the timing. The same way it's like with, again, Guitar Hero, it kind of like, you know, is just, you didn't get perfect, you didn't get combo and stuff like that. But yeah, exciting. Of course, you'll learn more about this champion later on in the deep dive. I'm planning to record this for release on Saturday before this, you know, the deep dive goes live. But it's intriguing because you build things like physical vulnerability, which means this could be an option for different types of situations. There's other utility and factors to this champion that meets the eye that's going to be good for you. But having taunt and also having physical vulnerability helps. Also, the process of rotation seems to be interesting. First of all, you can do like an SP, where you can obviously first of all build your crowd, which is obviously the main important thing like that there. But then it's all about trying to fire off, after you do an SP2 and SP1, in order to do the extended ruptures. You can see right there that 25k, that burst damage is really, really nice. So doing that kind of SP2 to SP1 kind of rotation can be really good. Also like an SP3 rotation as well, if you so choose. So that's going to be another like optional thing right there as to like how you look to take down the enemy. By all means, you know, SP3 rotation. But this is where you go SP3, SP2, which you can see there. That's a huge amount of damage right there. Very nice overall. And then finish it off with what seems to be an SP1 for the W. So, look, I think this is going to be another hard-hitting option. And ease of play, I can imagine, be quite big. I think even more so because you're able to take the extent of encore passives into the next kind of like the next fight. So, look, hugely important, and that will be a key thing, isn't it? Taking that 150 to start off the fight. It's kind of like just pre-ramp you. Again, and it could be another great option for Necropolis, depending on what the situation is and obviously the interactions. So yeah, there we go. That has been a little bit of a video just covering the champion. As I said, the thing that massively interests me is that tech, that kind of mini Guitar Hero type game with the champion. I don't want to say it, but I think I'm going to like Spider-Punk. No, I'm not saying it. Not saying I like Spunk. That just sounds wrong. Oh God, where was my life before this champion's put in? Anyway, thanks for watching this video. What are your thoughts on this champion from what you've seen, what you've heard, and stuff like that? Make sure to check out Mike's deep dive later on today on Marvel Champions, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.